Hey, what up everyone? And this is Gems of War. Let's try luck. You know what I mean? As soon as I start streaming, the stupid power flicks for barely. It just flicked on and off and it took the internet down, which took my stream down. Very annoying. I sent a message to Duke Energy that they suck. Alright. So now I gotta say everything I just said again. Anyway. Alright, so what are we doing today? We're going to, first of all, the Chat-a-thon is tomorrow. I'm an idiot. I don't promote it enough. I'm a self-saboteur. Yada yada. It's tomorrow morning. Let's go. Number 2. The things we're doing today. We got the Vault event. We got the quality of life plans that the devs released on their website. And we got the 8.8 patch notes. In order, we're going to do quality of life plans. And then patch notes. And then Vault event. I put a community tab post up. I gotta repeat all this stuff. I'm sorry if you were here the first time. If you guys want to help for free, as soon as you see one of my videos post, my core centers, okay? They send out to my core centers. They're gonna send out, like, as soon as I post something, you're gonna see the thumbnail and your subscription tab, you know? A lot of people use the home tab instead of the subscription tab. If you want to help the people you're subscribed to, look at your subscription tab, not your home tab. Your home tab is going to have a mixture of people you're subscribed to and not subscribed to. The subscription tab will have people you're just subscribed to. So, the way I've been watching all these, like, you know, YouTube strategy things, and I kind of just happened to come across one that made sense to me that I've never heard before, but, you know, your core people, like your subscribers, your core people that, like, members, basically, and people that watch all the time, they're going to see your videos first. They're going to see the thumbnail as soon as it posts, bang, it's there. And the thing you can do to help is click on it as soon as you see it, you know, let it run through, hit a like, you know, leave a comment. But the key is letting it run all the way through. Don't just click on it, leave a like, and leave. That tells YouTube that it sucks, and they're going to not, you know, share it out to other people. So basically, I'm just saying, if you got like multiple devices and you're not using one of them, as soon as you see my videos pop or my streams pop or my thumbnail pop, click on that bad boy, leave a like, leave a comment, and then let it run. I don't care if it's muted. I don't care if you're even watching it. Maybe you're going to watch it later. But the sooner you do that, the better, and you can help for free. So just saying. And that's like the centers, like the centers of the round table, like the core centers are going to be the ones that determine whether or not it gets shared out to more people than that. Because they're saying, hey, hey, let's show this to the people that usually watch. If they like it, then we'll show it to more people. So it's like a very important job that y'all have. And hopefully we can, you know, we're trying to, you know, fine tune that. You know, get y'all to, instead of like seeing it and clicking on it and then leaving a like and then just leaving. That kind of hurts it, unfortunately. Even though they got your best intentions, I'm sure. But that, you know, it probably doesn't help or hurt it for real, but it's not helping as much as you would think. I mean, it's better than nothing, I guess, but I don't know. If you're trying to help, then run the video, run the stream through, like, as soon as you see it. Like, I got 3 devices here, for example. I got a phone, a PS5, and a laptop. Like, I'm sure I'm not using all 3 of them. If I was trying to help somebody out, as soon as I see, like, classic EverQuest videos pop, I should get on one of my devices and let it run all the way through, even whether I'm going to watch it now or not, you know? Instead of, like, just clicking on it, leaving a like, and leaving. Like, that doesn't help. But yeah, Chat-a-thon tomorrow. Let's go. I'm going to set up the stream. Let's run an auto battle. We're going to be watching the auto battler for a minute because I'm going to set up the stream, read the quality of life plans, and read the patch notes. So settle in and watch the AI, the auto battler, try to do epic trials while I do all that. My stupid internet just went down. My stupid power flicked. Y'all are wondering. So what an even more confusing day to some people. Like, I do the ghost train, and then I start the stream, and then the power flicks and takes down the stream, and now we're here again. And I haven't even done anything yet. No, refresh. Better say hi to some people. I haven't even said hi to anybody yet. Alright, here we go. Hit a like. Turn in your ticket to the train. Let's go. Chat-a-thon tomorrow. Very important. Hail Mary. Grand Slam. Full court shot. We need it bad. Let's go. Alright, we got, who's here? Tyrion, Daniel, Anita, Sana, Jamrick, Sean, how's it going? In time for the You Suck rant. Stupid Duke energy. Dude, it flicks all the time. It's so annoying. Like, I don't know what's going on with that. They don't have a very good, I don't know. My power, like, flicks probably at least once a week. Which I think is pretty crazy, because it takes your internet down. If you work from home, it's annoying. Like, I get it if you're not working from home, or, you know, if your power flicks real quick, no big deal. Who cares? Especially if it comes right back on. Oh well. You know, your AC's still running, your fan kicks back on, your TV, who cares, right? But if you're working on the internet and your power flicks, it takes your whole internet down, and it takes it down for like 10 minutes. And whatever you was doing, like the chat, like the stream that we were doing, it just ruined the whole thing, the first one. So I don't know if they should get it by, it's like 2025. I know it's kind of like a first world problems and whiny a little bit, but come on, dude, like, why is it gotta, there should be like protections against it flicking like that somehow. 8.8 update, or patch notes. Alright, I'm just gonna do that. I'm gonna try to go quick on this setting up the stream portion. How often does your all's power flick? Mine's at least once a week. It's probably more than that. And it's not like it goes off forever. It just flicks and then it takes my internet down. It's very annoying. Obviously, it staying down for a long time would be worse. But what if it does that tomorrow during the chat-a-thon? That'd be dumb. Yeah. I'm setting up the stream. Yeah. Details. Let's copy this. Paste it in. Oop. Alright, got that. I'm almost done. Sorry. Copy this. All that's done. Paste this in. Bang. Boom. Save. Alright, I think I'm good. I got the thumbnail. Everything's ready to go. If anybody's sharing it out, now would be a good time. Maka's here. How's it going? Mark's here. What's up? Anita with the gifted. Sana also did 2 gifted on the Ghost Train. I think she wants one of them to go to the chat-a-thon and one for the stream, but I'm not positive. You can let me know for sure, Sana. That'd probably be the best way to go about it, but up to you for sure. It's yours. Anyway. And I'll put up a reminder. I'm going to do, as soon as I get off here, I'm going to make the thumbnail for the chat-a-thon. I'm going to put up the reminder. And then if you can't make it tomorrow, for any reason, you can put something in there if you want to help. You know what I mean? Like, I try to make it as easy as possible to where if you, for some reason, you're super busy on Saturday morning and you can't make it, well, you got all day Friday and all night Friday night and all the way to the chat-a-thon to put something in the Ghost Train. It doesn't happen very often, but I love, you know, to give the opportunity at least. That I'll count it towards it. If you want to help and you can't be there, basically. Let's see. Because today's stream is for today's stream, but the Ghost Train for the chat-a-thon will be where you post stuff that you want to count towards the chat-a-thon. Alright. Alright. I already said hi to everybody, right? Sana runs out there, and then Anita following closely behind. Yeah, Mark. Ooh, Mark got one, and I think somebody. Who else got one? Got everybody's names wrong today. Sana, was it Tyrion maybe? Somebody cool got one on the Ghost Train too. Okay, cool. All right, cool, Sana, I got you. Maka says I'm just here to say hi and going back to rest of vacation, end of vacation packing and preparing for the journey back. Okay, I hope you had a good one. It's Labor Day this weekend, y'all. Kids are off Monday. Alright, I'm gonna read these, okay, so upcoming quality of life plans. I didn't see this. It got posted on, looks like Wednesday, so I wasn't streaming on Wednesday or putting out Gems of War videos on Wednesday or Thursday, so this is new to me. We've got upcoming quality of life plans. Hello everyone! This is the first of what we plan to be an ongoing series where we share the quality of life features and content ideas from the community that we have in the pipeline. AoE 1. Whoops, don't need that. Already have it. Housekeeping, quality life versus feature, structure, and quality of life / feature list. The intention of these blogs going forward is to share what is happening currently, which quality of lives are at the end of their review process. Review process. The production team has read the request suggestion and it has or hasn't been approved. These blogs may also include features requests we are currently not going forward with, whether that is ever, just for now, or in a different way to what has been suggested. There are also some requests that are unsuccessful, but will go back through the review process. If there is an alternative suggestion or just more to discuss, these will not be shared in these blogs. As there is a backlog, these blogs initially will have a regular release cadence. But once that has been cleared, we will share them less frequently, consistently, and save making a post until there are multiple QoL feature requests to share at once. So please be patient and hold off asking when the next blog is coming if you have not seen one in a little while, which is a great segue for housekeeping. Housekeeping! Do you need towel? Housekeeping! Do you need pillow? You know the next part, right? Housekeeping! Too long, don't read. Everything shared is a work in progress and subject to change. Do not comment about other QoLs not mentioned in this blog. Don't derail the thread. Anything with an outcome listed as pending ongoing does not require further community suggestions. Everything we share in these blogs will be a work in progress. Everything is subject to change. If there are any ETAs or predicted updates shared, this could change, be delayed, no longer happen at all, move backwards, or move forwards. On the flip side, some things we mention may not even have an ETA or predicted update yet, so please do not ask. Once we can share that information, we will. We will be sharing a short list in each blog. Please do not post in these threads or ask comments on other quality of life features that are not mentioned. Comments that derail or are off topic to the blog itself will be moved into new or existing feedback threads or deleted completely. For example, why are you implementing X? What about B? Quality of life something something. We can get into the why of X quality of life being implemented, but we won't be going into why B quality of life won't be, if it's not mentioned in that blog. If there isn't a thread already discussing a quality of life, please feel free to start one. QoL versus feature. In some blogs, we will also call something out as a feature, which differs from quality of life requests. Yeah, like a feature would be something new, right? A quality of life would be fixing something that's already in the game, or making something easier to do that's already in the game, right? They'll probably tell us right here. In some blogs, we will also call something out as a feature, which differs from quality of life requests. Some examples of what a quality of life is versus a feature. Quality of life request. A task that can be completed in a short period of time. A change one dev can complete around other tasks. Works within the existing frame of the game. Minimal to no other components of the game require an update for it to exist. Minimal to no changes required to our tools. You know what? We was talking about this, remember? And I think they may. What if somebody actually listened to us? What if somebody actually watched my stream? Or, you know? You never know. You never know who's watching. Not everybody chats or is here live. You know, we were talking about this. Like, why can't one or two devs work on QoL while the other ones work on the update? And now look what they're doing. Maybe. Example, adding a pop-up screen to describe a game mode. Feature. Something that takes a number of days or longer to work on. Something that requires potentially multiple devs to implement. A change they might be working on as a primary task. Something that may require our tools to be updated or a whole new tools to be created. Something a whole update could be centered around. An item that adds a new component to the game and significantly changes updates an existing component. So exactly what I said. Quality of life is something that's already in the game that they're going to make easier or smoother. A feature would be something new that they'd have to add to the game. They could have just said it like that. Example, reworking a game mode. Well, I guess, you know, if something's already in the game but they have to change the whole thing, like that's another feature, not a quality of life, I guess. They have to add stuff to the game. It's a feature. If they can just like make something easier with existing things, that's a quality of life. Structure. Each item will be broken down into 3 short sections. The issue. At the core, what is the problem we want to resolve? The suggestion. The idea of how this could be resolved. The outcome. This can be varied. It could be what is being implemented if it differs from the suggestion. What are the current blockers, limitations? Any ETAs if we have them, etc. An example of quality of life would be adding a 5th troop to the Soulforge, I think, unless that takes a lot of work to be doing. A feature might be like, I don't know, adding something brand new, like all the way different. Oh, anyway, I don't want to be put on the spot like that. If an item has an outcome listed as pending or still in discussion, please do not share further suggestions in this thread. Everything that has reached this point already has community suggestions included when it starts this whole process. Anyways, finally, on to our first items. Quality of life and features. Guild name changes made in-game. The issue. Players are required to reach out to the support team with a support ticket every time a guild leader wants to change the name of their guild. The suggestion. Much like how players can change their own names, add a feature into Guild Admin to allow guild leaders to change their guild name without leaving the game. The outcome. Current ETA is 8.9, which is the next update. Testing your own teams. The issue. Players cannot easily test out their own teams. Currently requires setting up team in PvP, Central Spire, then navigating through their own hero menus to fight the specific team. The suggestion. Creating a space where players can set up and test a team without needing to go through so many menus. The outcome. Given the scope of what we have been discussing, this would be a whole feature. A whole ass feature. We want to create a place where you can easily build a team and then compete against them. So this currently has no ETA, but we wanted to share that it is in the works. You know why? Because you took it out of the game, and now you're acting like it's a whole feature to put it back in, you idiot. Guild Wars roster. The issue. This will address a lot of requests all at once. It takes a lot of investigation, like freaking Inspector Gadget, for guild leaders to see who is and isn't participating in Guild Wars, which is most important for guilds with a Guild Wars participation requirement. There isn't one place where players can see everyone in a guild's score, wins, losses, who hasn't set a defense team, etc. The suggestion. Add a menu to Guild Wars called the Guild Roster. The outcome. Current ETA is 8.9. So we're getting guild name changes made in-game and Guild Wars roster in the next update, it looks like. Current ETA 8.9. Alright, we win again! Can we beat the whole thing while I do this? Tower of Doom map will reveal rooms if cleared by guild members. Let's go. We need that one. We need the guild roster thing too, though. These are good suggestions. See, they're made by the community, so the devs don't have to think about everything by themselves and come up with everything by themselves. Like, the community can tell them exactly what we want. And now they're trying to do it, maybe, here. We'll see. Tower of Doom map will reveal rooms if cleared by guild members. The issue. Players use third-party, community-made tools to track Tower of Doom rooms to help each other within the guild to get within the guild target rewards. This required players to leave the game to do so. The suggestion. Update the map UI to show which rooms have been cleared by another guild member and the rewards available. The outcome. Still currently investigating the scope of this. We'll share an ETA once we have one. Doesn't sound too hard to me. Alright, next up, improving the Soulforge Mythic and Legendary cycle. The issue. As there are over 200 troops in the Soulforge cycle, it takes months before the cycle clears, and then allows new troops to be added to the pool, only increasing the time it takes for the cycle to complete. The suggestion. This one had a lot of various suggestions, with the end goal being just to make the Soulforge cycle through faster. The outcome. Soulforge refreshes every Monday and Thursday. I don't know about that. Or every 3 days, instead of just that weekly reset. Currently pending for 8.9, depending on scope. I mean, you'll just have to pay more attention, you guys. You have to be on the game every day and pay more attention, that's all. I was just hoping they would add like 5 mythics or 6 mythics or 8 mythics for each week, so you can craft them all week. Now, the way they're doing it, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you can craft these 4 mythics, and then, you know, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you can craft these 4 mythics. So you got to pay attention, but that's good for me as a YouTuber, but I always think about what's good for you guys, not what's good for me. Like, the SoulForge changing midweek is good for me, but I don't know if it's good. It's good for you guys if you pay attention and you know what's happening. It's kind of like Guild Wars starting on Thursday and you have to set your defense on Wednesday. That's kind of weird. You know, the way that we play this game, everything resets on Monday or Friday, not Wednesday and Thursday and crap. So now we're going to add another thing where you have to pay attention and set your defense on Wednesday or check your SoulForge on Thursday. But that's cool with me. I mean, if it's cool with you guys, it's cool with me. But I'll punch them in the face if you want me to. Alright. So they said, currently pending for 8.9 depending on the scope. And that's it. A huge first blog. But going forward, they will just be the quality of life and feature list mentioned just above. So a much lighter read. We will also have more community surveys in future to continue collating data on released quality of lives and features, as well as ones we are investigating for the future. So keep an eye out for those, as the data is incredibly important. It helps me push priority suggestions if I have data to support the feedback, especially as they reach a much wider audience than those who are active on the community forum. Lastly, please do not make me tap the sign to remind everyone of the housekeeping of these blogs. Sounds like crying at the end. Alright, anyway. So that's quality of life plans. That's cool. I like it. 8.8 patch notes. Shout out to our wonderful little crew of beta testers for their time and efforts this update. This came out yesterday. So the quality of life community survey thing came out 27th of August. This one came out 28th of August. See if you guys are saying anything before I jump into this next one. Time for the You Suck. Hi, Daniel. Hello, Anita. Celebrate good times. Oh, yeah, Sana. Good morning, JM Riggs. Good morning, Sean. Sean says, I'm doing great now that I have started my 3-day weekend. Let's go. Anita's awesome running out there with Sana. Choo-choo, poo-poo. Maka's here. Mark's here. Hamburgers are here. Sana says, yes, 1 for the chat time, 1 for today. I'm just here to say hi. I already read that. I want a mint on my pillow, JM Riggs. Yeah. Do you want pillow? Funky Town says, happy Vault weekend to all. Funky Town, Funky Town. Yandy, Yandy, Yandy. More mythics for 1 week in SoulForge. I think it's better if... Okay, so the way they're doing it is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, these 4 mythics are available in the SoulForge. And then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, these 4. So take out the other ones and put in 4 different ones. So the cycle is going to cycle twice a week instead of once a week. What I was hoping, which that's cool because that's 8 mythics. Like, I'm not complaining. I'm just saying, like, why not do 8 mythics the whole week instead of... I guess that way they don't have to change so much in there, like add more. It's like, seems so super easy to add another line, and they do it all the time. Like, they got a million Cursebreaker weapons, they got Wand of Stars and Dustbringer and Dawnbringer and everything just sitting in there all the time. Like, why is it so hard to add like 2 more spots for mythics or something? So I don't know, but the way they're doing it wasn't the way I was thinking, but it's also not bad. It's kind of cool that we get like 8 mythics a week now. Alright, that's catching up in the chat. Alright, 8.8 patch notes. Guild Keep Guardian boosts. Guild Keep Guardians are getting expanded in this update. Players will be able to give their Keep Guardian teams a helping hand to improve their effectiveness. All guild members will be able to view the Keep Guardian and its current effect on the Keep menu. During the Guild Wars preparation before the new event begins, players will be able to purchase boosts for their Keep Guardian. The Guardian boost menu can be accessed from a button in the Keep Guardian info area. Players can purchase up to 5 Guardian boosts for an upcoming Guild War. There are 3 types of boosts, which can be purchased with silver marks. Alright, another thing to use silver marks on. I like it. Level 30 boost, 20 silver marks. Level 50 boost, 40 silver marks. Level 70 boost, 60 silver marks. The guild tracks how many boost purchases are made by its members, displayed on the right. Each boost purchased will add to the Guardian's blessing pool. Once the first daily war begins, no more Keep Guardian boosts may be purchased. Alright, I'm looking at stuff here that you guys can't see. Guardian of Ice defense ability, freeze 3 random enemies, create 3 freeze gems on turn 15. And then there's like a boost button under that. So there's like a little, there's a new like graphic on the left side of the map, the guild map, like your defense map. And it just says, it has like your Guardian there, and it says like what it currently has under it. And then on the Guardian Boost menu, which is like its own menu, it says Guardian Boost can only be purchased before the first daily war begins. Each boost will power up the Keep Guardians team for a single battle each day. A single battle. You can up it by level 30, level 50, level 70 for silver marks, like I said earlier, which will give it more stats. Guardian boosts increase the blessing for all your guild's attackers. Okay. I think the Guardian's blessing, I don't know, does it apply like immediately at the beginning of the fight, or does it have to wait till the Guardian jumps in and does its thing? You know how it has to wait till turn 15 or whatever? We'll see. I don't know. Maybe it starts, maybe it's the beginning of the fight. That'd be cool. But it's giving everybody some stats, I think. The Guardian blessing. So if the Guardian, we'll see, I guess. But looks like we're going to get more stats based on the Guardian. It's going to probably talk about it right here. Guardian blessing. Guardian boosts increase the blessing for all your guild's attackers. For every 3 boosts the guild purchases, they will get a skill point towards their Guardian's blessing. These skill points unlock in a specific order. Life, and then armor, then attack, and then magic. Of course they do. Up to a cap of 135 boosts for the whole guild. Okay. As these Guardian blessings are unlocked, they will apply skill points to the guild members' attack teams during Daily Wars battles. Ooh, we lost. Every time your guild's Keep Guardian team appears in a battle to defend your keep, it will consume 1 of your guild's Keep Guardian boosts and last for that one battle. Highest level boosts are used first. Is this just for defense? Again, this boost will level up the Guardian for this one battle and uses your highest level boosts first. Each day during the event, your guild's total number of Guardian boosts replenishes to the original total your guild members had purchased, ready for the next daily war. When the Guild Wars event ends for the weekend, the guild boosts reset to 0 and they will need to be purchased again for the next event. Remember, the gate is always defended by a Guardian team and any location that does not have a player defending. This is just for defense, y'all. It says for your guild's attackers, though. Guardian boosts increase the blessing for all your guild's attackers. I might have to read that again. I don't know. They will apply skill points to the guild members' attack teams during Daily Wars battles. Okay. That's for offense, I guess. Guild Wars results menu. Players will be able to view results and information about previous Daily Wars. The new Daily Wars result menu is accessed from the main Guild Wars menu under leaderboard. There are 2 tabs in the result menu. Guild, view your guild's results. So it shows victories and defeats. The other one says Guild Wars leaderboard. It's just a information, like how many battles you did, morale bonus, defenders, personal, view the results of your own previous Guild Wars battles. So it shows like your victories and defeats. Players can view their guild's Daily War results further with information such as leaderboard ranks, ELO ratings, Daily War score, ELO change from the result, total battles, morale bonus, conquest bonuses, total number of keep defenders, keep location wins versus number of battles, guild member performance score wins. Okay, that's cool. Usually the first time I read this, I'm not totally like, it's not totally soaking in, but I'm gonna read it again and I'll probably listen to myself. I'll probably rewatch the live stream and listen too. Guild Wars Other. Players can now view their guild mates' defense teams within the guild keep. If no team has been set up, there will be a pop-up message to let you know. Grace period. For 2 days after a Guild Wars ends, players will be able to collect their daily war rewards for the final day, as well as any uncollected personal Guild War rewards. Once the grace period ends, any uncollected rewards will be mailed out like normal. Review next war rewards. Players will be able to access the Guild Wars reward menu to view the rewards for the next Guild Wars event, along with being able to purchase the Guild Wars medallion in advance. We have increased the base gold and silver mark rewards from winning a daily war. Nice! Base gold marks have increased from 10 to 20 marks, which is scaled by the guild's morale. So by 2 times? Base silver marks have increased from 20 to 40 marks, which is scaled by the guild's morale. We have changed Purple Keep Guardian of Darkness defense ability to create 3 bleed gems instead of 2 terror gems. We have added a confirmation message when a player fights on a location they have already defeated. Good. When a player selects a location to fight, it will now display a path on the Keep map to display what new areas would unlock from defeating that location. So you can already see that, but it's not like obvious, so they're probably just making it more obvious. Monolith filter. Searching for specific monoliths just got easier. The monolith menu has had an update to match the newer UI style in the game. Similar to the collection menu, there is now a filter button on the right-hand side of the menu. Players are now able to filter monoliths in multiple ways: by region, by buff type, by searching for the monolith name, by active and inactive monoliths. For each purple ally, and then once you do one buff, it just brings it to the front of the menu, and then you just do it again and again and again. But some people maybe have multiples. We have added a new pop-up menu when a PvP season has finished and a new one has begun. When players go to the PvP world map for the first time after a PvP season, they will get a PvP season ended summary message. The summary will include a list of all uncollected rewards that have been awarded to players. This replaces the season mail being sent out, since it could be lost due to a full inbox. If players have no uncollected rewards, this area will be empty with a note, "Thanks for playing the previous season." The PvP season summary will display your end of season PvP icon conversation, the overall VP earned from icons the player had in their inventory when the PvP season ended. This will show how each rarity of their icons has been converted to make up the total VP amount in a help pop-up window in the menu. Players can return to the PvP season ended pop-up menu after closing it from the PvP world map near the mail button on the right-hand side. This button on the PvP world map will be available for 1 week after the PvP season ended summary has been displayed. So just like giving you more information about the PvP season that just ended. Hero level up sequence. When a player earns a hero level, they will go through a new hero level up sequence. The new sequence has been updated to match the new UI style for the game. All level related rewards, example new feature unlocks from Adventurer's Path or weapons unlocking from new gem mastery, will be displayed in a single menu alongside any skill point increases and gem mastery chosen. Achievements. We're almost done, y'all, sorry. Achievements. To the victor. Win 25 quick match PvP battles in any region. Guild Paragon. Win 10 Guild Wars battles. Pillars of Might. Win 5 Monolith battles. General. Players' PvP teams will be saved within a region for specific restrictions as long as the player has created a team previously. Added a new heroic gem for a future campaign. Updated the main fonts for the game to match the new UI style of the game. Bug fixes. Disconnecting from chat from the world map caused a soft lock. Reward animation missed the first reward, often campaign stars. Morale bonus showing out of 30 instead of out of 27. PvP gold mark region bonus not displaying and not being rewarded. Awaiting confirmation on the details of the fix. The Y button icon is upside down in the vault reward screen on Nintendo Switch. Awaiting confirmation. Cliffy error in PvP caused by opponent's troops not being transformed. Awaiting confirmation. If any further information is confirmed, we will update these patch notes. Also, there are placeholder translations for some languages while we are waiting for localization to come back. Due to some delays and issues outside of the studio's control, a number of bug fixes have needed to be pushed back into 8.9. Alright, so that's all the reading. That's all the learning, all the teaching. Chad's here. Alright. That's all the reading. We're done. Done reading. What do you guys think? Quality of life stuff was cool. Even though the Soulforge Mythic rotation thing or whatever was surprised me as to how they're fixing it instead of the other way. The Guild Wars stuff, it's kind of like if we look at it, like what really happened in this update is Guild Wars mostly, which we don't have right now. So if the update happens, like you're not really going to see too many changes, right? The Keep Guardian boosts, another way to use silver marks, which is cool. We needed another way to use silver marks. Guardian Blessing. Guild Wars results menu, which is just, you know, quality of life pretty much, like something nice to see after Guild Wars. Now you can see how other people did, if they participated, how your defending team did, and all that stuff. Pretty much, you know, monolith filter, that's, you know, that's cool, but I didn't really need it, but, you know, it's better than not having it, I guess, but pretty much a nothing burger. PvP season ended summary, another nothing burger, pretty much, just nice. Hero level up sequence, another nothing burger, just nice, you know? So the main thing, like, those last three things are just like, you know, kind of nice. But, the Guild Wars results menu and the Guardian Blessing thing are the two main things for 8.8, which are both Guild Wars stuff that, you know, when's Guild Wars coming back? Let's look. So none of this matters, basically. None of this matters. I don't even know till when, because they don't have the new calendar out yet, do they? They'll probably put it out right after I get done streaming today or tomorrow, like always. But, looks like the next Guild Wars is going to be on the weekend, or, you know, on the, like, 11th of September. So, you know, it's the 29th of August right now. That's almost 2 weeks away that any of this is actually going to matter. But, it's cool, though. Alright, we won again. Could you beat the whole thing just by auto-battling, you know? No reason not to do these. Buy the pet. Come on. Alright. That is that. It's probably going to be a shorter stream today, y'all. I have the Chatathon tomorrow, which hopefully is going to be a very long stream. You know, if everything goes good. If the channel's going to keep going, keep streaking, tomorrow's going to be a long stream. So I don't want to, like, wear myself out today. And I also started super late today, so it's probably going to be a shorter stream today. But we have only been going about 38 minutes, so let's do the VOD event. Let me grab my... What do you guys think, though? What do you think about the quality of life stuff? And, you know, like, the whole, like... It's not just the things they mentioned, but, like, going forward, they're supposedly... I don't know, sometimes they mention these things and then they don't follow through. Like, this could only be for this one time that they're doing this quality of life community survey, blah, blah, blah. They've only done it once. So, until I see it 2 or 3 times, I'm not gonna, like... believe that they're going to keep doing it and doing it and doing it and doing it. They don't always follow through on these plans that they have. So, you know, hopefully they keep it going. You know, they keep taking information and ideas from the community and then implementing them and talking about them and saying why they can do them and why they can't do them and where they're at on them, whether they're working on it or not and stuff like that. Like, that would be great. You know, some of our ideas are good and just quality of life stuff, like revealing the rooms when you go up through the Tower of Doom so you don't have to go to an external thing or look at the guild chat. You know, that's just simple. If a scout goes through a room, it should just have a whatever's in the room for the next person. Just right on there. It's not even that hard. And then the Soulforge cycle, like, you keep putting in more mythics and more legendaries. It just makes sense to make the cycle faster or put more in each cycle or something. Like, that's not like we're asking for something crazy. Neither one of those things are... We're asking for something crazy. We're not asking for God mode or to be invincible or to fly or to be able to go back in time or go to the future. We're not asking about any of that stuff, right? We just want to, like, put the freaking whatever's in the room once the scout goes through the Tower of Doom so we don't have to do it ourselves and outside of your game. Like, that's a simple request. That's, you know? And then, like, just more mythics in the Soulforge. Like, make the cycle faster. It's way too long right now. Way too many mythics. You keep adding them and adding them and adding them. It's going to be harder to get, You have to wait and wait and wait and wait. We're all gonna turn gray and, you know, be in our coffins before the whole thing cycles through if they keep going. Simple things. Being able to see, like, how your Guild Wars Defend team did. Being able to practice. Like, this stuff is not like rocket science or brain science, and it's not like asking to go to the future or to fly. It's like simple stuff. You know what I mean? So, anyway, let's grab my mail, because I like to. Gets rid of my blinkies. Let's get rid of this stupid shrine nobody should ever buy. Let's get rid of, let's check this out. Ooh, nice stuff, of course, on a Vault event weekend. It's going to make me do the adventure board, of course. Campaign is a nothing burger, just like the shrine right now. And, yeah. We got... Today we'll just do the Vault event, but tomorrow, during the Chatathon, if you guys are wondering, like, what we're going to do tomorrow, Vault event, of course, but I have to do, like, Deeper Underspire, spoilers, Diet spoilers, Deeper Underspire, Deeper Raid, right? And then, I was going to do top 20 epics. You know, the last Chatathon we did top 20 legendaries. The Chatathon before that we did top 20 mythics. So I was just going to keep going and do the top 20 mythics, or epics, I guess, which is going to be very hard. Like, it's going to get harder and harder as we go. Mythics was easiest because there's, you know, less of them, and it's kind of easier to make a top 20, even though it was, you know, the last 5 were kind of hard. But legendaries, man, like, the last 10 were hard. And now epics, like, the last 15 are going to be hard. You know what I mean? Like, there's just more and more as you go down. There's less mythics, and there's a little bit less legendaries, and there's way more epics, and then, you know what I mean? So it's going to get harder as we go. But just making the list on the Chatathon with input from the chat, and then I'll release a shorter video later on in, like, probably September, like we've been doing. Unless y'all have a better idea. That's my idea for the Chatathon tomorrow. Vault event, Diet spoilers, Deeper Underspire, Deeper Guild event, and top 20 epics. But right now we have the Treasure Vault. Yeah, Paragons. Okay, yeah, I like that. Treasure Vault. Gnomes everywhere. Increased chances of treasure gnomes and more vault keys this weekend. Vault gnomes are leaving in 2 days, 14 hours. It's your single player event this weekend. But there's no shop. There's no leaderboard. All it means, literally, is that gnomes appear more often and they drop vault keys more often. That's all it means. There's a pity key. They send it to your mail for every 5 gnomes you see. That's all it means. There's no shop, no leaderboard, but if you play Explore, you're going to see way more gnomes. And it's the time that you use your Gnome-a-Paloozas. I almost wish the devs would make it to where you can't use your Gnome-a-Paloozas outside of the Vault event, because that's a big mistake people can make. Probably the biggest mistake you can make that has anything to do with vault keys or Vault event or gaps or gnomes would be to use a gap when it's not a Vault event. But they let you do it. You know, that'd be like summoning Captain Planet when there's no enemy. Well, you're just gonna have tea. You're gonna waste your summoning of Captain Planet to have tea with him and to play patty cake. Like, that's like summoning a gap. That's like crafting a gap outside of a Vault event. You're summoning Captain Planet to have tea and play patty cake, and there's no enemy. So you're supposed to only make gaps. You're supposed to only craft gaps during the Vault event. But it's also the best time to get verses and gaps and stuff. So, you know, it's the best time. The only thing you shouldn't do is open vault keys during a Vault event. So never use a gap outside of a Vault event, but never open a vault key during a Vault event. Like, those are the hard and fast rules of some big mistake you could make. It's way worse to use a gap outside of a Vault event than it is to open a vault key during a Vault event, but both are still true. Like, you shouldn't do either one of those. Use your gaps during the Vault event and open your vault keys when it's not a Vault event. The reason for opening your vault keys when it's not a Vault event is because there's no advantage or no perk of opening them during the Vault event. So you just want to get as many as you can. You're wasting time. If you're opening your vault keys, you're just impatient. You know? Like, you got it. Woo, I got one. I'm going to go open it. Ooh, I got another one. I'm going to go open it. And that's like a waste of time. You're going to get like half as many vault keys if you do that. So just keep getting them, stack them up, and then open them when the Vault event's over. Don't stack up a million gaps or a million vault keys and not open or use them. You know, that's another mistake. I get it, though. I get it. Like, time issue. But you got to open those vault keys, man. It's the best thing you could be doing in the game. You should have done it yesterday, and the day before, and the day before, and the day before. That's when you should be opening your vault keys. Like, the other 27 days of the month. Like, get those things open. There's nothing... If you're opening vault keys, nobody can tell you you're doing something wrong, no matter what. That's the best battle in the game. It's the best usage of your time in the game. So, at any time when you're opening a vault key, as long as it's not the 3 days of the vault event, you can't be doing anything better than that. That's the best fight you can be doing. That's the best usage of your time there is opening a vault key or an epic vault key. So don't, like, let them sit there. That's crazy. Same with the gaps. Don't not run them. Like, run them when it's the vault event. You only have this much time. There's only 3 days. It's only 3 days, y'all. 72 hours. That's the only time you can summon Captain Planet and have it be useful. So you have to do it now or never. Now or never. Don't stack them to the moon. There's no reason. Use them. Get that loot. You can get everything you want from the vault. Everything. Everything in the game. The more you play the vault event, the more you're going to get everything in the game faster. It's just the fact. Doesn't matter what you say. You can somehow link it to the vault event. Gold and souls and glory and everything. Diamonds, troops, keys, everything. So vault event is so important. It's the best thing best event you could be doing at any one time. Opening vault keys is the best battle you could be doing at any one time. Like, it's the best thing in the entire game. It literally replaces the way it is these days with Iron Hawks and gaps and all that, and pity keys and all that. The way it is these days, it literally replaces gold farming, soul farming, all the farming, pretty much. It's concentrated farming. You know, in 3 days. This is when you do it. Right now. Not the other 27 days. Right now is when you do the farming. Right now. It's concentrated farming. It's awesome. So, yeah. You're not going to see an event or you're not going to see a shop or a leaderboard or anything. You just have to know how to do it. Which is, go to Explore 1, use your fastest team, do battles as fastly as possible. Get all the colored gaps and craft a Gnome-a-Palooza and then run a Gnome-a-Palooza and do it in the same spot you were just... The same spot. Explore 1. Fast as possible. Don't get distracted. Don't be doing other things. Do the vault event. Like, for me, I'm going to do Underspire. I'm going to do my guild event. Like, I'm going to do some things, but I'm going to try to hurry through them. And hopefully I've already, like, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I already did as much of them as I could to... Because I want to spend the most time I can in the vault event this weekend, not doing other things. So don't be doing PvP, please. Like, most of y'all aren't that guy or gal. Don't be doing that. Most of y'all aren't that guy or gal. There might be 1 or 2 of you, but most of y'all aren't. I'm not. So how are you if I'm not? You know what I mean? Don't be doing Explore 9 or Explore 12 or weird. Do Explore 1 with your fastest team. Let's concentrate. Let's do it. Let's not be weird. Let's not use a weird team in a weird area. Let's not do pet rescues. Unless it's like... You know, every once in a while for a pet you've been looking for because it's a cuddly squirrel or something that you've been looking for. Like, come on. Let's do it. Get to work. Put your head down. Dig the ditch. Don't be distracted by the, oh, squirrel, squirrel, bird, lunchtime. Oh, smoke break, smoke break, smoke break. Squirrel, 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 lunchtime, lunchtime. No, dig the ditch. Get your shovel and kick it in the ground and, like, scoop it out and dig the ditch. Come on. Put your nose down. Alright, first thing we want to look at is who has extra stats this week. It matters to me because I use Ironhawk. Ironhawk does a very specific amount of damage. So if things have extra stats, it's not going to work as good. Drifting Sands has extra stats. That's not going to affect us. Raksha have extra stats. We might have to check on that. So the 2 places I always recommend are Cinema Mirage and Wild Plains because they almost always work. There probably is other places that works, but why not just, you know, these 2 are right next to each other, and they almost always work. So don't be a contrarian, unless you have to be. You know, like if they have if a certain thing has extra stats, you might not be able to do Cinema Mirage. Or if a certain thing has extra stats, you might not be able to do Wild Plains. And this is only for the Ironhawk people. You have double Ironhawk, triple Ironhawk. If you have Rowan, you can go pretty much wherever you want, as long as there's not like Submerge or barrier or summon every time, you know. You want to go to a smart kingdom and not do, like, don't do extra work. But, for most people that are doing Iron Hawks, at least, you know, it's these two. So let's check. Does any of these have Raksha? They probably don't. But go to the kingdom, go to Wild Plains, go to Raksha. Probably should have went up from the bottom. Oh, there it is. Nothing! So we could do Wild Plains. The one I usually do, though, is Cinemirage, because I'm Cine-cool. But let's check on Cinemirage. Nothing! So you can do either one of them. They almost always work, I'm telling you. So, I'm going to do Cinemirage, because that's the one that always works for me, and I love it. And the team I'm going to use is Ironhawks. If you don't have Ironhawks, though, you got your Rowan team. Everything else is just contrarian YouTuber clickbait, mostly. I mean, there is the Atlanta team, I guess, or the Moon Mage team, but anything else is kind of contrarian YouTuber view botting, or view farming. So I'm going to do no turns for you, which is Ironhawk. This is my Gap team. And then Triple Ironhawk is my verse farming team. So I use this one when I have a Gap active, and I use, because of, you know, a certain amount of damage that it does. So this one does 25 damage, which takes care of almost every gnome except for Dragonite Gnome. But Dragonite Gnome is the rarest gnome, and you're happy when you see it, so you don't really care that it survives. Triple Ironhawk is for farming verses, because we need... we don't need as much damage to do that. So it's only 20 damage we need for hunting versus. It's 25 damage we need to do gaps and kill gnomes. So this would be my gap killing team, which I'm not going to do first. I'm going to probably hunt versus first. Let's go look at my... what I have here. I have 0 vault keys and 0 epics. I got all of mine open like a big boy, putting on my pull-ups and taking off my diapers. You know, not pooping in the bed, not peeing my pants. Gaps, though, I only have 1. So I need to get some more of those. But also, I didn't stack them to the moon and not use them. I would like to have 2 or 3. That's what I like to have coming into a new Vault event. But I only have 1. So I need more verse. I need Freddy Got Fingered. That's who I need. The green one. So we're looking for the green one. We're going to go put on our Triple Ironhawk team, which I can do base rarity. Go down to I. I want to copy. I want to save. I want to copy this one because I want to make it faster when I switch teams. So copy for later, and then Ironhawk triple. Boom. And I'm going to run this for hunting versus. Which I need to check on my medals, but let's lock it in. You don't want like an Orpheus medal or an Anu medal on while you're doing Vault event because it adds an... Like I have Medal of Anu. You see how that popped up? That adds an extra animation to every fight. Makes every fight slower. I'm going to take that off. Ooh, I got a merchant. Another good thing about the Vault event is you get a bunch of merchants. You can purchase like Deeds of Magic. Bang, I'm buying that. I'm buying everything right now, but you should know before like the merchant even pops up, like what you're gonna buy and what you're not gonna buy. Don't be browsing and like, you know, looking and like, well, should I not, you know, calling a friend, calling your mom, calling your sister about it. Like, just know what you're gonna do when it pops up. What am I doing? All right, taking this off. So the only medals that add an extra animation to your every fight would be Anu and Orpheus. So make sure those aren't on. Doesn't really matter which medals you have on. Just do Nishas or Seasons or Guard or Yasmin or something like that. But don't do Anu. Don't do Orpheus. Because they add an extra animation to every fight that will add up and make it feel like a little bit slower. Alright, so now I'm ready for real. Squirrel! And you see how, like, it's super fast, they die in one shot, like, it's ready to go as soon as the loading bar is done. Like, there's no explosion, nothing like that. Whoops. These two, I don't really need either one of them, but treasure is so easy to get. I'll take the legendary ingot there. Got a gnome already, burst gnome. That's the second one I need, you know, the second least, the brown one, so that's nice. Can preload inputs on a controller. I'm holding in, preloading the Dust Devil. It's kind of a strat for like an expert, but holding in L1, holding in triangle, that pops it up as soon as it's able to be popped, and then bang, I let go, and they die. Genie, you just want to like skip by that, never, she's just annoying, getting in our way, nothing burger. But what I'm doing here, I want to go to 100 of these shards over here, right here. 100 out of 100, get the boss chest over with before I go run a gap. Because you don't want to be doing a boss chest during a gap. So you want to have as close to 0 out of 100 shards or myth stones or whatever they're called before you run a gap. Like, that's the min-max best way to do it. Have 0 or 1 or single digits or something before you start your gap. And it also forces you to hunt versus and then run a gap. And then hunt versus and then run a gap. If you run a gap, like right now, if I run a gap, I'm going to hit a boss chest, which just makes things take longer. You know, the boss fight has harder to beat enemies with more stats, and then something might survive. And then you got to open the boss chest, you got to see the loot, and then like you might get a mimic, and then you got the mimic fight, and then blah, blah, blah. Now you're trying to do a gap and hurry up, and you got all this stuff happening that makes stuff take longer. So don't try to like run your gaps when you have as close to 0 out of 100 as possible. So like at the moment, I'm going to go hunt versus until I get the boss chest. And it forces me to do that. And that's the way I like to do it. Hunt versus, run a gap. Hunt versus, run a gap. Hunt versus, run a gap. It makes me do both, and it kind of, it's not the same thing over and over and over. Even though they're very similar, it's still, it's a slightly different team doing a slightly different thing. There's another Baz. Nice. Well, I need those. I really need Freddy, though. Where's Freddy? Can't find his hat. He's got a bald spot. He needs to cover it up. He's embarrassed of himself. He does not want to come out because he can't find his hat. Somebody pooped in his hat. X-Pac pooped in his hat. And he's trying to clean it. Trey with the 5. Thank you so much, bro. Appreciate it. We need it. We still need it, man. This is a stream. Even though the chat-a-thon's tomorrow. This is one of our last streams, y'all. Somebody's honking out here. Oh, it's the trash truck. We do need it today still, even though the chat-a-thon is tomorrow. This is our last stream before the, you know, the chat-a-thon is the last stream of the month. This is our last, like, regular stream of the month. So, anything we can do here would be great. To make it to where we don't have to shoot as long as of a shot tomorrow. We don't have to hit as long of a home run tomorrow. We don't have to hit it out of the freaking stadium into the back of a pickup truck. We just have to hit it into the upper deck instead. We don't have to shoot a we don't have to shoot a full court shot. We can maybe shoot a half court shot tomorrow. Maybe we don't have to throw a flea flicker Hail Mary. We can just throw a bomb, jumping in the end zone. Megatron bomb. Either way, it's going to have to be a freaking bomb or a home run or a long shot tomorrow. But today is where you can make it a little closer, a little easier, maybe not as hard. There's Cindy. Cindy used to be the one that I needed the most, and all of a sudden it's Freddy. Cindy's been fine, like, she's ready to go, you know. A lot of the time, she was mad at her hair, and I guess she got a haircut, colored her hair, she's looking good. She's not taking as much time to show up these days. She's on, she is her, you know what I mean? Freddy is having problems. Somebody pooped in his hat. His son is asking him if he wants sausage. Still eating breakfast. puppet string sausages in his kitchen. Just a wild, he's having a wild time, so he's still in the house. He's not showing up yet. Is there other things you don't want to pop up on the screen, you know what I mean? Like get all your tasks done, like maybe if you're close to a hero level. There's all kinds of stuff you could do to make this the best it can be. Like if I was close to a hero level like yesterday or the day before, maybe I'd run an XP booster to get that level. That way it doesn't pop up during the VOD event. Like that'd be a super duper min-max thing to do. Like jumping on the game and getting all your little tasks done that are going to pop up on your screen as soon as possible. You see how fast this is? Nothing can be faster than this. Like literally. I don't know how, unless the enemies just showed up dead. Like how can anything be faster than this unless the enemies just showed up dead? Unless they just skipped from the load screen to the victory screen. That's the only way. Like people keep trying to make a faster. I mean, I love it too. Like keep trying, because we never would have found the Ironhawk team if we didn't keep trying to make a faster and faster team. But at this point, you know what I mean? Like it's kind of difficult to make anything fast. You know how like speed runs? You guys ever? Sometimes there's just like they do a what's it called? A task, right? They do like a computer simulation of the speed run to see like how fast it could be. Like this is the fastest it could be if you were inhuman and you did every input like perfect like a computer. This is how fast the speed run could be. That's what they do with the task thing. Well, we're there, you know. Like with this team, we're pretty much there. Like we are at the fastest that it can be, pretty much. So if you're using anything else, you're like slowing yourself down, getting less vault keys on purpose. So it's Ironhawks if you got them, and if you don't, I mean, it kind of like Rowan is good just because you can level classes and you can go wherever you want. Look, there's Freddy. See, it doesn't take very long. If you're doing it the right way, you're going to get what you need, I promise. Did that take long? Not really, you know? I got it. Merchants, boom, buying this. And I'm going to go all the way to 100 still, even though I got the one I need, because I want to not hit a boss chest during my gap. If you guys have any questions, we've done so many VOD events that I kind of just speed through it. I say the same things over and over, but I also kind of just act like you guys already know what I'm talking about, kind of, so. If you have any questions, feel free. I know we have some newer people here, and maybe you don't quite understand. If you're a newer person, you'd be using your Rowan team, so your probably Black Manacles or, you know, like Mountain Crusher or something like that would be in your first slot. Because you don't need extra damage. You don't need like Golden Cog or Shield of Erskaya. So you'd use like Black Manacles or... See how this troop survived? That's because it's the boss chest. So this is why we don't do this during a gap. Because we don't want the gnome to have extra stats. The gnome is replacing like the troop. So if that gnome replaces this troop, it'll have more stats, kinda, I think. I think that's how it works. But yeah, if you're a beginner out there, what you're gonna be doing is like either Black Manacles or like Mountain Crusher or something like that that's gonna help your Rowan. Because you don't need Golden Cog, you don't need Shield of Erskaya, because we're doing Explore 1. So your Rowan should be able to take care of that without extra armor. Put on your guard medals, that should be enough. Second slot, you got either Clockwork Sphinx, or if you already have Mirage Queen, you would use Mirage Queen instead of Clockwork Sphinx. Third slot would be Rowan. And then, or depending, if you have Mirage Queen, Rowan would be in second slot. And then you got either Leprechaun or something like that. So ideally, you got the Mirage Queen. So ideally, it would be probably like Mountain Crusher or Black Manacles, then Rowan, then Leprechaun, then Mirage Queen. That would be perfect for beginners doing verse hunting and gaps. And then you can you can get all your class weapons, first of all. Like every class has a class weapon. So you're going to want to get 250 victories with every class. There's some good class weapons too. It's kind of like mastery weapons. There's good mastery weapons like Mountain Crusher and Black Manacles and Golden Cog and stuff like that. And then there's good class weapons. like Skeleton Key and Essence of Evil and, you know, Fiend Fire and stuff like that. So you're going to want to get all your class weapons during this vault event if possible. You could probably get a lot of them. You can get all the good ones at least if you don't have them. So if you're a beginner, make sure you have every class weapon. So all you have to do is equip the class, get 250 victories, it keeps track for you, and then when you get 250 victories, the weapon will get sent to your mail. I can show you all that here in a sec. Like, let me finish this up. I don't know why I took green. I've done a video before on like the best class weapons. If you go look that up, it'll tell you which ones to do first and what order. I've done a class tier list before, so if you're worried about leveling your classes to 100 during this vault event, you would know which ones to do first. Like, I have all the videos out there. Anything you could need, go to my channel and search it up. Alright, so, let's show that. Another nothing burger, the Buccaneer. All the class weapons. So if you're doing Rowan, if you don't have Ironhawks and you're a beginner, if you go to class and you go here, you go to customize and you go to class info, it'll show you the weapon. Dragon Oak is the weapon for Archer. I have 250 out of 250 wins because I already have it. Check mark. Big old green check mark. I have it. So that's what I'm talking about. And you just equip the class. Even if you're doing Ironhawks, you can equip the class and still get progress. But most people that don't have class weapons also don't have Ironhawks and also don't have all classes on 100. So you're probably just going to want to use Rowan or something. But get all these class weapons right now, beginners. Not this one in Pacific. I get this one, but not first. Archmagus has a good one. Reflection of Good. That's a really good class weapon. You probably want to get that this weekend. Assassin does not have a good one, but it's still one you want to get. Barbarian, not good, but still get it, you know? Not good, still get it, though. Here's one that's good, Plunder and Peril. So get your Reflection of Good, get your Plunder and Peril. Oops. Death Knight does not have a good one. It's Crypt Keeper. Dervish has a good one. This is Dancing Daggers. So Dervish is an example of a class that's not good, but it has a good class weapon. So you're going to want to equip it and get 250 victories at least so you can get Dancing Daggers. I keep doing that, dang it. Diabolist has Fiend Fire, which is a really good weapon. It does damage to all enemies, and then curses and burns all enemies. So it's a good way to curse and do damage to all enemies. Doomsayer has a good class weapon. Sin's Harvest. Until you get like your doomed weapons that do the same thing, this thing you can get sooner, and it does kind of, you know, hits all enemies and converts yellow gems to doom skulls. That's sick. Dragon Guard does not have a good weapon. It used to be okay, but not these days. Elementalist, believe it or not, does not have a good weapon, but it's a really good class to get to 100. Orb of Winter's okay. The Molten Dipper, not great. Summer's Wonder, just kind of okay. Not good. Not good. Or, you know, not good enough to mention. 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 Not good enough. This one's great. Essence of Evil, I love it. One of my favorite weapons in the game. It's super awesome. It can get an instant kill. It F's them up. It like screws them up so bad. And it mana generates. Sick weapon. And it's a green weapon, which is cool too, because a lot of the time it's like, you know, you're using other colors and might as well have your weapon be green. I use this instead of the Wand of Stars sometimes. I love this weapon. It's awesome. So I would say get this one first almost. Essence of Evil. Go equip Plague Lord. If you have none of the class weapons and you're a beginner, go get Essence of Evil at least. Like, get this one. It's nice. Alright, what else? We got that. Who cares? Who cares? This one would be good for your Rowan team. I didn't happen to use it, though. I went with Golden Cog, which you can get sooner. You know, Yellow, Red Mastery. Bang, Golden Cog. Doubles your armor. This one is based on, like, Boosted by all enemy attack. So this one you would use if the enemy has like a lot of attack, you're trying to do something super hard. But usually early game, Golden Cog is better because you're not fighting like super hard enemies with a lot of attack. So used to be Shield of Erskaya was like the recommended weapon to use with Rowan to boost its, you know, damage. But now me playing 3 new account playthroughs, I used Golden Cog more, and now I know to recommend that instead of this. But it's also nice to have, and it's brown. Golden Cog is yellow and red, so if there's like a color restriction or something, you could use Shield of Erskaya. It's still good, though. Worth getting. Shaman. Nope. Slayer. Nope. Sorcerer. I mean, you get all of these, but not first. Nope. 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 This one's good. I like Skeleton Key. If you get a kill, you get an extra turn. It's like good for kind of like gold farming teams, Cedric and Egg Thief and Greed and whatnot. If you're doing the Warrens, that's when I would use it. Like I'm farming the Warrens or something. Like I screwed up my City of Thieves. I didn't find Cindy Cool's channel until after I already effed up my City of Thieves, so I'm doing the Warrens instead. Well, the Skeleton Key would be great for that. And it's still just pretty good. It's pretty good. I don't use it too much these days, but still nice. It did get nerfed, but not enough. It's still really good. It's one you would want to get, yes. Now, Titan's a really good class, and like if you were just going to level classes, it would be the second one I'd recommend getting to 100. Like do Elementalist first, and then do Titan. But as far as its weapon goes, not very good. Nope. 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 Alright, so that's all the weapons. You know, Archmagus, Reflection of Good, right? Corsair, Plunder and Peril, okay? Dervish, Dancing Daggers. Diabolus, Fiend Fire. Doomsayer, these 3 right here, they all have good weapons, these 3. So if you just forget, and you're like, oh man, I forget. Well, Dervish, Diabolus, Doomsayer, like they're right in a row. Doomsayer has Sin's Harvest. Frostmage, Orb of Winter would be after you get like all the other cool ones, I would say. It's like decent. And then you got Essence of Evil. That'd be the first one I would do if I were you. Plague Lord. And Plague Lord's an okay class too, so it's, you know, Sentinel for Shield of Erskaya. And Thief for Skeleton Key. And that's it. You know, there's probably 5 to 7 really good class weapons. You could probably get them all this weekend. If you can't get more than like 4 class weapons this weekend, then you're just not doing Vault Event fast enough. You should be doing way more than 1,000 battles. But I'm just, you know, that was just to help beginners out there, because I've run Ironhawks, and I'm showing Ironhawks, Ironhawk, 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 and I feel like I'm neglecting beginners sometimes, so. Alright, so we got our closest to 0 as possible, 1 out of 100, and we also got Freddy, so it's time to run a gap. We're going to do Captain Planet. We're going to go to our Soul Forge. Well, first thing you want to do is go back to your place, go to Explore, and put your actual gap team in here. So I had copied it earlier. We're just going to paste it in. Alright, now it's there. Sometimes I like to run one little fight just to double, triple check, make sure, even though that's not a thing anymore, to lock it in. Bang. Alright, and then we make our gap. We make sure we look around. You know, you peep through the blinds, you look out your peephole, you turn your phone off, you check on the kids, make sure they don't need to poop or pee or eat. You say, hey, wifey, you good? You know, you say, hello, am I going to have 15 minutes straight right now? You know, you got to, like, take stock of that. Make sure. And then you would run this. Right here. You don't want to, wifey, you don't want to wrestle, right? Okay, I'm going to run a Gnome-a-Palooza then. Odd one out. Really good to see you, dude. All right, let's see what y'all are saying before I run this, because I'm going to be locked in for 15 minutes. Yep, Sana, use XP boosters when grinding versus. Great. I like to save my, like, if I have XP boosters, I like to save them for the Vault event if possible. You know, they do run out, so you have to use them before they run out. But if you have, like, 5 you could save until the VOD event weekend, like save them, because if you're doing it right, you should get bored. You know what I mean? Like, you should get bored. You're going to be doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over for 3 days straight for hopefully like at least 30 hours. I don't know. Maybe not 30 hours, but at least 10 hours, 15 hours, something like that. You're going to start getting bored. If you're doing it right, you're going to start getting bored. So, flipping back from hunting versus to gaps, that helps. You know, going back and forth, that helps a little bit. And then, if you're starting to like, oh my gosh, I have to do this again, like maybe run an XP booster just to like get something a little bit extra out of it, you know? It helps a little bit. It'll make you go after that. You'll go one more gap, or you'll hunt for one more verse that you need. If you know, I'm going to run an XP booster this time. It's going to make me play for another 15 minutes. That's when you should, like, you're at the end of your rope, you're almost getting bored, you're going to stop playing. Okay, well, I'll run an XP booster, that way I have to play for 15 more minutes, and I'll hunt verses while I do it, and I'll get more experience for my hero. Maybe even your gold boosters and your soul boosters and your PvP bonus, like save those for when you're really bored. You're like, oh my god, I can't do any more, I have 300 vault keys, and, you know, I haven't seen Freddy in a half an hour, and you're like getting bored on Sunday. It's like, alright, I'm gonna run my PvP, my gold booster, my soul booster, and make sure I get one more Freddy and run one more gap or something, you know. Yeah, good tip. Alright, Trey's gonna get back to work. Jets is here. Chad will be right back. He's probably already back by now. I'm way behind. Odd one out, you vanished. Yeah, sorry, depression, and said no to gaming, so sorry about that. Tough times. Aw, man, sorry about that, odd one out. Hope stuff gets better for you. You always got us, man. We'll be here to, you know, if you need anybody to talk to, just come to, I know I stream Monday, Tuesday, Friday, Saturday. If you ever need a group of people to hang out with, we're always here for you, dude. Take down the washing, I did that. Well, you know, I went to the laundromat this morning. And then my stuff's in my dryer. It's weird, I have a dryer but not a washer, so I just go to the laundromat to wash, and then I come home to dry. Take care of yourself. Sana says I'll stop grinding when my face is on the keyboard. Yeah. When your thumbs fall off and your face falls off, that's when you do it. Alright, another thing you can look at is like how much gems you got, how much souls you got, how much gold you got. Like, if you don't spend any gems on the merchants, then your gem stack should go up while you're doing the vault event. Just from doing it. Not even from opening the vault keys or anything. Just from doing the vault event properly, if you don't buy, you know, if you're buying every merchant you see, of course your gem stack's going to go down. If you're buying every purple deed you see or whatever, your gem stack might stay the same. But if you're buying nothing, and your main goal is to make your gem stack go up, then it'll go up by like 2,000 gems at least, like if you just buy nothing while you're doing your vault event. It should go up 1,000 to 2,000 gems just from doing it. Then when you open your vault keys, it'll go up another 2,000 to 3,000, and now you got 5,000 more gems than you had when you started the vault event. That's the best way to farm gems too, like actively farm them, you know. Tribute's good, and opening glory is good, and stuff like that. But actively farming gems, vault event. Just like anything else. Gold, souls. This is concentrated farming. This is where you do it. Everything in the game. Alright, so let's do it. I caught up in the chat. We're going to run a gap. And then, that might be it for the day, y'all. I started super late. We got the chat-a-thon tomorrow. So, I'm going to run this gap, and that's probably it. So, if you have anything... If you have any questions, any beginners out there, remember there's no stupid questions. You could be helping like so many people you don't even know just by asking any old question. Like, why is there a skull with 6 different colors next to the Gnome-a-Palooza? Like, why? Well, that's the brown, it's all the colors. I don't know. It's all the colors. That doesn't make sense, really, because there's no yellow one. There's no yellow one. Why is that a skull with 6 different colors? Like, what is that? Why is that the thing for Gnome-a-Palooza? You guys tell me. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm overlooking something. Like, why is there a purple one? Like, what is this? Do you ever wonder what the icon is for Gnome-a-Palooza and why it's like that? Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. Alright, let's go. So my team is ready to go. I figured out what spot I'm going to do it in. I made sure my myth stones were as close to 0 as possible. My metals aren't Orpheus or Anu. Like it's good to go as I can be here. We're going to set a timer for 15 minutes. I'll talk about that during the Gnome-a-Palooza so I can have something to talk about. Alright, get out of there. Go, go, go. As fast as possible. Bang. We're in the fight. We're loading inputs. Holding an L, holding an X. Letting go. Bang, boom, dead. Just spamming through those menus. You're going to see more load bar than battle if you're doing it right. Letting go. Bang, boom, bang, dead. But yeah, you want to keep a timer while you're doing this. That's another quality of life they could add to the game. It'd be nice if there was a Gnome-a-Palooza timer, like, just right here. Like, in the fights and on, you know. They should just leave it up, like, through the loading menu, through the fight, through the victory screen. Like, there should be a timer that shows, like, your Gnome-a-Palooza. How much time you got left. That'd be great. That'd be a good quality of life they could do. Somebody should mention that on their thingy. A timer. They have a timer, but it's on the world map, which you don't... If you're looking at the world map while you're doing a gap, then you're not doing it right. That'd be one thing. That'd be one way to tell. Here's a way to tell if you're doing the Gnome-a-Palooza right. Do you ever see the Gnome-a-Palooza timer? If you do, you're doing it wrong. You should only see it one time before you start it, and that's it. If you ever see the Gnome-a-Palooza timer, you're doing it wrong. Just like if you ever get a boon in Tower of Doom, you're doing Tower of Doom wrong. So if you see that Gnome-a-Palooza timer, you're playing Gnome-a-Palooza wrong. At least right now. Maybe not wrong, but you know what I mean. You're not playing it perfectly. You're playing a video game, do whatever you want. But you know what I mean. But yeah, keep another timer. It's kind of like with the Tower of Doom, how you have to put the scouting in your guild chat or go to an external website. You have to keep an external timer for your Gnome-a-Palooza. So just put a 15-minute timer on your phone or something and hit start, like right before you click the button to do your Gnome-a-Palooza. And then you know exactly how much time you got on your Gnome-a-Palooza without going to the world map and being wrong. And then, we all know this, but I like, you know, what else am I going to talk about, right? There could be beginners here. The Gnome-a-Palooza fights are throttled, or whatever you call it. They have a limiter on. They don't want to give you, like, max all the loot from all these gnomes. That'd be too crazy. You would get way too much loot. You know, if the Dragonite gnome pops up and gives you 100 Dragonite, and you see 5 of them or 3 of them, that's way too much Dragonite. Or whatever, gold, souls, glory. So they had to put a limiter on that, so you're only getting 10% from each gnome that we see right here. 10% of their loot. So that's why you do the timer, so you know when the Gnome-a-Palooza is ending. Because when it ends, if it ends in a fight, then the loot you get from the gnomes is the full drop instead of the limited 10% throttled drop. So if you see like a specific gnome when there's only 30 seconds left or a minute left or whatever, if you see like a Dragonite gnome, you could let it run out on purpose, and then instead of getting 8 Dragonite, you'll get 80. Instead of getting 4 Dragonite, you'll get 40. Instead of getting 10 Dragonite, you'll get 100. So it's a strat you can do. It's mostly used for Dragonite gnomes. But if you still need like Chrysantherax, Stellarix, Diamantina, then you should probably be doing that. I don't need to do it anymore because I have a surplus of Dragonite. I already have Chrysantherax, Stellarix, and Diamantina, so you won't see me doing it. But if you don't have all 3 dragons and you still need Dragonite, then set a timer and try to like pay attention to if you get a Dragonite gnome or not in the last, like, depends on, you know, it depends person to person, like how much time of your Gnome-a-Palooza you're willing to waste for a Dragonite gnome full drop. For me, it was always like 1 minute or less, or, you know, ever so occasionally if I was making the push to like a certain dragon, maybe I would do 2 minutes or something. But, you know, if you do that, you know, you're not getting as many vault keys because you're just sitting there. And vault keys aren't limited, aren't throttled. That's why gaps are still really good. Everything else is. Dragonite, the jewels, the gold, the souls, they're all throttled, they're all limited, they're all 10%. But the vault keys aren't. Vault keys are turned up. They're not turned down, they're turned up. So that's the whole point. The whole point of running gaps is to get vault keys. That's why you don't go, that's another reason why you don't go do a weird Explorer 9 or Explorer 12 or a weird Kingdom or a weird team. Because vault keys aren't throttled. And that's the main goal of the vault event, is to get vault keys. Literally, like you're getting, if your main goal is to get verses to run gaps, like the point of running the gap is to get the vault keys. So the whole point of doing the vault event is to get the vault keys, not anything else. Anything else is just like the cherry on top, the frosting makes it even better, but... So run a timer. For me, I don't need Dragonite. I don't care. I'm just going to get as many vault keys as I can get. I'm just going to keep going as fast as I can until the freaking thing runs out. So I don't even really need a timer. So I'm just going to keep going as fast as I can until it's over. But if you still need any, if you don't have Chrysantherax, Stellarex, or Diamantina, you should be running a timer every single gap. And just, you know, paying attention. It might not even happen every gap. You might not get a Dragonite Gnome in the last minute or two, so... it might not happen, but... In that case, you would just keep going until it's over and just get as many vault keys as you can. You don't want to have explosions happening, right? That just adds time. You could really mess up and slow down your vault event just by doing a couple of... If you do just a couple of things wrong. They feel really min-maxy and like, oh, that's... meta, like, who cares if I use Greed instead of Sister Superior? Who cares I'm not going to preload inputs? Who cares if I have an Orpheus medal on or an Anu medal on? It's not that big of a deal. But if you screw up, like, all of them, it's really going to slow you down. It's going to feel like you're lagging, like the game is being slow, or like the servers are slow or something, because you're slowing yourself down. Like, you could really... screw up your vault event. You could be going balls to the wall, doing gaps and hunting verses, and doing gaps and hunting verses, and doing Explore 1 and stuff, and you could still be slowing yourself down. By either, like, not using the right team, by not being in the right kingdom, by not doing Explore 1, by not just nose to the ground doing the vault event and getting distracted and doing other things. Like squirrel, 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 you know, by having an Anu medal on or an Orpheus medal on, by using Greed instead of Sister Superior, Explosion every single fight that slows you down, by using like Cafroos or anything like that slows you down. An Explosion every fight that could potentially cascade, and just even if it doesn't cascade, it still adds like a second to every fight. And when you're doing a fight every 6 seconds, that's like a lot of seconds that you end up missing out at like 5 vault keys every gap. If you're doing like just having something explode, just using Greed or like Cafroo or something is slowing you down by like 5 vault keys a gap or so. And then that adds up over the whole 3-day weekend. However many gaps you run, you're missing out on like 5 vault keys times however many gaps you ran. So it ends up adding up quick. And then just having the wrong medal on. It'd be like I did that one time on accident. I had like a Orpheus on by accident, and I thought the servers were being slow. I'm like, oh yeah, forgot to take off this medal. And that was slowing me down, man. I was getting like 15 vault keys and 18 vault keys. And I'm like, dude, I usually get like 25 or 30. But it adds up just like because of how fast you're going and how many fights you're doing, and like little tiny half a seconds add up. So I just try to talk about all of them. Just make sure you're aware so you can be going as fast as you can, because this is the best time to be playing the game. And you might as well make the most of it. Just I know some people want to do whatever, but come on. I just always feel like you can't complain about not getting a verse, or only getting this many vault keys, or not getting whatever from your vault keys, or not having a dragon or a boss troop or something. It's like, you can't complain if you're not, like, taking advice and applying it to the... You just still decide to do whatever you want. And, like, that's your own fault, you know? Like, that's why you don't have this or that. Like, it's... I'm sorry, but it's kind of your own fault that you don't have Chrysantherax, or you don't have Maelstrom Dagonath or something. Or even if you don't have Ironhawk, it's kind of like, well, you could be getting more diamonds if you're doing the Vault event right. Or you could be getting more vault or event keys if you're doing the Vault event correctly. Like, you might as well min-max as much as possible and do the meta if you're still missing certain things and you want to get everything. Instead of just like, oh, well, I'm going to do it like this. And then I'm going to go to the forum and complain about how hard it is to get Chrysantherax and how many dupes I got and how this verse won't show up. Well, it's not showing up because you're doing less fights, because you're doing it slower. That's why it's not showing up. So it feels like an hour that you spend and an hour that I spend on hunting verses is not the same, because every fight you do is slower than every fight that I do. So I'm getting more fights in that hour, so that hour doesn't feel as long and as crazy as it does to you, because you're doing less fights, because you're letting that greed explode every fight, or you're letting that Kafru explode every fight, or you're letting that metal animation happen every fight, or whatever. You're stopping to do a pet rescue every 30 minutes for 5 minutes. Or you're using a weird team, or you're in a weird kingdom, or you're doing PvP. All of those things, like, you gotta accept it. Like, it's a video game, of course, you can do whatever you want. But just know that you're not doing, like, you're not going as fast as you could be going, you're not getting as many as you could be getting, and you're not, the verses aren't gonna show up as fast, the vault keys aren't gonna stack up as fast, you're not gonna be doing as many battles, everything's gonna feel slower to you. But it's your own, you're choosing to do that, so it's your own, you know? You can't complain when you're choosing to do it like that. Like, you can't complain if a little bit of doo-doo goes on the floor if you're sitting on the toilet backwards. Like, you're choosing to sit on the toilet backwards. If you don't take your pants off when you go to the bathroom, you know, you're gonna poop your pants. It just is what it is. I mean, you can do that all you want, you're your own person. So, if you feel like that's the way you want to do it, it's whatever. You can go sit on the toilet with your pants on. And then, like, you know, you just know, hey, I'm going to have to take a bath and a shower and wash my clothes after I get off the toilet. See how you're adding more time just because you're doing something the way you feel like doing it? So it's same thing with gaps and vault keys and all that vault event. You know, like, you're wearing your pants while you're taking a poop. So you know, like, everything's going to take longer. Because you want this explosion, you want to do it in this kingdom, you want to use this team, you're going to stop and do pet rescues, you're going to do it in PvP. That's like, I'm going to wear my pants, I'm going to sit backwards, I'm going to have to take a shower, I'm going to have to change my clothes and do the laundry. Like, you know, like, I'm doing this to myself. But it's also, it's a game, and you can do whatever you want. I'm just telling you how to play perfectly, and just so you can get more vault keys for you, not for me. Like, this isn't giving me more vault keys. If you play the vault event a certain way, right? That doesn't give me anything. It doesn't give me more vault keys if you play a certain way. So, I'm just saying. That's how I do it. I used to use greed, but then I realized that it's slower, and I'd rather have more vault keys than a little bit more gold. I used to have to use Rowan because I didn't have Ironhawks, but when I was doing that, I would make sure I'm getting all my classes to 100. I'd make sure I'm getting all my class weapons. I'd make sure I'm getting a trait stone that I actually need. I'd make sure it's in a kingdom where they're not summoning and, like, respawning and doing barrier and submerge and stuff. I'm gonna use Rowan instead of Ironhawk, I gotta make sure I'm like leveling a class or getting a class weapon or also getting a trait stone or. And you could have Ironhawks and still use Rowan because you don't have all your classes on 100, and that would be a good excuse. Like, oh yeah, well I don't have all my. So this Vault event, I'm gonna go ahead and level all my classes and get all my class weapons. Even though it's probably something I should have done before I got Ironhawks, but you know. I think my Vault event, I think my gap is over. The music is changing. Yep. Alright, let's go see how many I got. Am I right or am I wrong? Am I gonna get 15 Vault keys or am I gonna get like 35? Let's go see. How many Myth Stones? Look at this. I get 68 Myth Stones. That's like, eh. Sometimes I can get 70 something. That's just like as an example, if you start close to 0, how many Myth Stones did you get? You can tell, like, am I doing good or not? Did you get 40 Myth Stones or did you get 68? You know, or did you get 75? Or kind of a way to, like, not a real great way to tell, but it's kind of like a, you know, like a kind of a way. Like, if I got 40 something, then obviously I'm going really slow. If I got 75, that means I went really fast. So I got 68, which is like, could have done better, but it is a little bit of an RNG thing. You get like 1 to 3 or something. I could have got 1 a bunch of times. Let's go see how many pity keys I got. Usually on my first gap, I'll get like 9 or 10 pity keys. Alright, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's another like factor, like how many of these did you get on your first gap? Like you can tell, like, are you doing good or not? 7, 8, 9, 10. I got 10 pity keys on my first Gapperoonie. That's pretty good. I'll take it. And then let's see how many keys I got in total. Remember, I started with 0. Woo! Dude, my epics, they screwed me on my epics big time. I got 40 vault keys on just one gap. Even if you take away all my pity keys, that's 31 vault keys. So that's just like, hey, does this guy know what he's talking about? You know? Let's look at the stats. Let's rewind the film. Let's break it down. Does he know what he's talking about? Like, women lie, men lie, numbers don't lie. Numbers on the screen. I got 31 vault keys off of that gap. 31, baby. 41 in total, and that's just me like, hey, if we take away my pity keys, which, why would you do that? But I'm just saying. If I take away my pity keys, it's still 31 vault keys. Like, that's 41 right there. I could just say, I got 41 vault keys off that gap. I could say that. But look at this freaking epic. I only got 1. That's poop. You're supposed to get 10%. So I should probably have 3. I got gypped out of like 2 epic vault keys. That's annoying. It should say something like 38-3. But it says 41, which sucks for me. Like the epic. I really want epic vault keys, honestly. I love vault keys. It's the second best fight you can do in the entire game, a vault key. But the first best fight you can do, that's the best bang for your buck. Best thing you could be doing in the game at any one point, except for during the vault event, is epic vault keys. And I only got 1. That's stupid. That's annoying. I got ripped off. Somebody gave me a droopy and pulled my pants down in front of everybody. Gave me 1 epic vault key. That's stupid, man. I should have at least 3 here. Got ripped off. So next thing I would do is go back to hunting versus. And I would run it to the 100 here. And I would hope to get Freddy. And if you, yeah, that's what I would do. If I don't get Freddy, it depends how many gaps I have. I might run through a whole nother boss chest until I get Freddy. But I guarantee, if I run this to 100, and then I run a whole nother boss chest, I'll get Freddy by the time I get to that second boss chest for sure. I never have to run like 3 whole boss chests just to get the verse I need. You know, it might happen once in a blue moon. Like, it's not never gonna happen. But most of the time, I get the verse I need in the amount of time I feel like it's fair. As long as you're doing the stuff right. if you have the wrong metal on and you got greed on or Kafru on and you're in the wrong kingdom with the wrong team and you're stopping to do pet rescues and all that stuff, then yeah, maybe you won't get the verse that you need within a reasonable amount of time. But if you're doing everything you're supposed to be doing, like, perfectly, I promise you, I've never had to wait more than, like, 2 boss chests to get the verse I need. 3 max, and usually it's the number 1. It's the first boss chest, not the second one. But with only needing 32 mist stones, like, you know, I would give it, you know, if I had to go a whole nother boss chest, it wouldn't be crazy to get Freddy. If I had to go into a whole nother one, then I would be like, oh, this is kind of weird. But that usually doesn't happen, honestly. Like, I'll get Freddy within probably 100 mist stones here. And if that was the case, I'd probably just go to the next boss chest anyway, just so it doesn't happen during my gap. But yeah, anybody have any questions? I gotta be done today because we got the big old fat Chat-a-thon tomorrow. It's gonna be in our hiney. Our butt cheeks are gonna be eating it. Laughing is good medicine. I always say, go check out like a rage. For me, what makes me laugh is like a rage compilation from some, like, I don't know. That's the funniest stuff to me. Like somebody getting really pissed off at a video game or something. That makes me like laugh with no sound. And that cheers me up. You're right. Laughing is really good medicine. Odd one out. Go watch something like Markiplier Rage compilation. You know, I know it's kind of cringy to mention that, but he's from where I'm from, and you know, I think he's cool because of that. Even though he's like probably not everybody's cup of tea here, I think he's cool because he's from where I'm from, and he's like a big YouTuber, and he's kind of funny. And when he rages out, it's funny. So if you need a little pick me up, a little cheer up, go check out one of his rage compilations where he would just be playing a game and just getting madder and madder and madder, and the game's flopping around, and he's getting pissed and banging on his table and throwing his chair and screeching and high pitch and voice cracking and Alright, any questions? Yeah, I had to go to the laundromat this morning, like I said, and that's why I was late today. Not just like her, we already went once, like our washing machine's been broken, but I'm getting a new one on Wednesday, so no more laundromat after that. They're gonna deliver it, install it, all that crap. It was like, too much money though. So, my pockets are hurting. Beg for Mercy was here today. What's up, dude? Sorry I didn't say hi, but you know how a gap goes. Unless you have to level up classes, right? It's a pretty hard choice. Like once I had Ironhawks, there was a time where I had Ironhawks. I had 3 Ironhawks, but I also didn't have Nightweaver and Knight like on 100. I still had like the 2-3 worst classes to get to 100. So it was kind of a hard choice for me to like, oh, should I be getting class experience with Rowan or should I be running Ironhawks? But when it's like just the last two or three crappy classes, I was like, well, I'll just equip them and do like the other 27 days of the month. I'll just equip them for everything I do, and that way I can run my Ironhawks. But if like half of your classes aren't on 100 and you have Ironhawks somehow, which is kind of a conundrum, kind of like a weird thing that probably shouldn't happen, but then I don't know, man. It'd be a hard choice whether or not to do Ironhawk or Rowan. If you like don't have Elementalist at 100, you should probably do Rowan and equip Elementalist. And if you don't have like the 10 good class weapons, you should probably, but I don't know, does that person even exist? Like sometimes the scenarios I come up with, I don't think the person even exists. Like who the hell would have three Ironhawks but not have Elementalist at 100? Like you would have to have been playing the game backwards or something, or not know what you're doing, kinda. Unless you hate to level up, hate to level them, maybe. Do your doo-doo backwards. Yeah. Yeah, boy, I'm helping Odd One out. I'm your medicine. Been a while that I've tuned in. Yeah. Nice. You're gonna use Go Paruni for now on? What's that? One epic? You only got one epic too? Odd One Out says, what are those medals at the top you have slotted? I got Nisha medals slotted, dude. That's the magic ones. That's the hardest ones to get. As a beginner, you should shoot for every type of medal. Like if you go click on them, it'll show you like all the medals, you know? Like this one's the best. It gives you +4 magic for all troops, which isn't applicable to like every fight in the game. Like if you're using Rowan, you don't want to use Medal of Nisha. Actually, guard medals are better for Rowan because she boosts off of armor. But a lot of troops in the game boost off of magic, and magic is like the best stat in the game. So you really want to be getting 3 Nisha medals as soon as possible. It's like, you know, Goblin team, Rowan team, City of Thieves, get in a guild, you know, turn up to 4 times speed. Not all in that order, but those are like the things that happen before you would get your global medals. Like get your armor, whether you're getting Death Knight or Dragon Knight or Dragon Armor or Celestial, figure that out. All that stuff, but the very next thing is like get your global medals. You know, get 3 of each medal. Get Nisha, get 1 Anu, you get 3 Nisha, 1 Anu, 3 Seasons. You don't need to worry about Arania. You get 3 Orpheus, 3 Yasmin, and 3 Guard. And that's just part of the game. That's part of like the progression of the game. You really need to get your global medals because when you equip, you just get more stats. Every time I do a fight, I got 12 magic to all troops because I have 3 Nisha medals equipped. Or every time I do a fight, if I have an Anu equipped, they start with 20% mana. Or every time I do a fight, if I have my Medal of Seasons equipped, I get +4 attack, life, and armor for all troops that are in that fight. You know, and then Orpheus is good for cleansing. If like the enemy's doing stupid, dumb stuff to your team, you can equip 3 medals of Orpheus and have a 30% chance to cleanse each turn. You know, you get life right here. You got armor. So the way I get them is, you know, some people out there, I farm them in Explorer 12 and yada yada. The way I did it was use my gems early game, invest in global medals. Because what else are you doing with your gems, first of all? After you get your armor figured out, whether you're going to purchase Death Knight armor for $20 or you're going to use your first 1,000 gems on Dragon armor and Celestial. After your first 1,000 gems, what else are you going to do with your gems? You might as well buy the offers and get your global medals faster so you got more stats quicker. Instead of like farming forever and, you know, just what else you going to do with your gems anyway? You're probably in a super low level guild that doesn't care whether you participate or not. You know, you can do what you can do for free. And then after you get your global medals, and then after you get your armor, and then you join a better guild, and then you start buying like guild event shop stuff. So that's progression for gem expenditure in the game would be, you know, armor, whether or not, you know, if you get Death Knight armor, then you can skip that step. But armor, and then global medals. That's what I've done 3 different times. It worked perfectly, and I still had a bunch of gems. I had like 5,000 gems after I was done getting all my global medals and my armors. It's not like you... Like, at one point, my new account had more gems than my freaking main account. The way I play the game, the way I teach the game, so... The vault event is pretty much like how you get gems, too, but that's what those are, if that's what you was talking about. Vault rant, always. Odd One Out says, oh, brother, that guy's loud. Markiplier, yeah. 3 Ironhawks and level 80 Elemental, okay. But you know what you're doing. You're just here so you don't get fined. Alright, I better go, because we got the chat-a-thon tomorrow. I'm hopefully going to be ranting and raving for at least 5 or 6 hours. And yeah, I'm always anxious about it. I'm always stressed out about it because it's always needed so badly. So it has to happen tomorrow. It has to go well tomorrow, or doomsday, you know, crazy depression, horrible channel health, you know, not looking good type of deal. So hopefully I see y'all there. I'll put up the Ghost Train. If you can't be there tomorrow, you can donate on the Ghost Train, and it will count towards the chat-a-thon. So Sana's already donated 5, and it's 30. I think it's 30 an hour. Until I can get back to starting at 5 a.m., it's got to be 30 an hour, or it just won't even help. So, you know, every dollar you donate adds 2 minutes to the clock. It's pretty easy to figure out. So 30 equals an hour, and 15 equals 30 minutes, and, you know, etc. $1 equals 2 minutes. And the first hour's free. So you get a whole hour for free, a whole regular live stream for free. And then it's like, if you want me to go longer, like, that's what the Chatathon, you know what the Chatathon, just keep me going, make me freaking stream. Keep me playing, keep me streaming, keep me talking, make me put in a full day's work like a big boy, like a real man. Like, don't let me just sit here just eating Doritos and playing EverQuest. You know, like, make me work. Make me freaking be a real boy, a real man. Like, make me work for 6 to 8 hours straight. Make my brain hurt, and my throat hurt, and my voice hurt, and my butt hurt. You know, like, make me work tomorrow. Alright, y'all. We'll see ya. Like, share, subscribe, consider joining. It helps a lot. Tell your guild about the channel, comment below, and I'll see y'all next time. Thank you so much, Anita and Trey and Sana. Keeping that train out there a-rolling. The Chatathon should be a pretty amazing train story, because y'all have been streaking lately, and we're out there, and we're rolling down the street smoking Indo. So we should be, it should be a pretty crazy story tomorrow, if we could go, if it goes well. But, yeah. Thank you so much, Anita, Trey, and Sana today for the, keeping the lights on and the doors open business. And everybody else, thank you for being here. Remember the beginning of the stream where I was talking about, like, how to help for free? That'd be great. You're helping today for free just by being here. Thank you so much, Odd One Out, Chad, Juan, Jets, Tyrion Shark. Some of y'all are members, so, like, you know, there's always that. You guys are awesome. Odd One Out, Sana, Beg for Mercy. We got Sana, Lady Alf Hill. Do you still need members to your guild, Sana, or did you get full? We got Jets, we got Trey. Trey with the 5 once again. Thank you, dude. Yandy Marzo was here today. JM Ricks, Maka Felix back in the house. So we had Odd One Out and Maka today. Maka's been popping in and out. Odd One Out, really good to see you. Maka, good to see you too, but Odd One Out, we haven't seen in a long time. Sean was here today. Good to see you, Sean. I like when people start showing up and then they keep showing up. If you have a thick skin, I promise you will get way better at the game. If you have thin skin, you'll probably hang out for a little bit, and then you'll move on to some, you know, more of a YouTuber type of YouTuber. You know, that's good at editing and fart noises and explosions. I'm more of a streamer, not as much a YouTuber. Not very good at the pre-recorded, edited videos, but I'm decent at one-take freestyle streaming. That's me, and I'm really good at the game. Tyrion Shark was first, Daniel was second, Anita was third. Top fans, YouTube determines this, so this is YouTube's favorite people of the stream. We got Trey with 275 experience, he's number 1. Chad and Sana are tied for second with 150 experience, and Tyrion Shark is third with 100 experience. YouTube loves you guys. I do too. Alright, we'll see ya. Get better, Odd One Out, man. We'll be here tomorrow all day, bro. I'm here every Monday and Tuesday, Friday, Saturday. If you need people to talk to hang out with, I'll try to make you laugh, you know what I mean? So I'll join in. I know it's hard sometimes, like, when I'm depressed or whatever, you know, sometimes it's just like a big effort just to even push a button on a screen or open a book or freaking turn on the TV or walk out of the house, you know? So I know how it feels, man. I've been there, but I promise once you know so how it goes, though. Once you get out there, it feels much better. Once you get on here and get in the chat, it feels much better. You just got to get over that little hump and click that button or walk out that door, and then you feel better. But I know how it feels before you do that. It's like the biggest, hardest obstacle in the world. But I'll see y'all. Have a good one. Concert? Hell yeah, that'll be good. Alright, we'll see y'all. Have a good one. You're the best. See you tomorrow, I hope. I please. I beg of you. Hail Mary, home run, full court shot. We need it. Peace. I'll put up the ghost train. Right after this, I think. I'm gonna work on a thumbnail. I gotta figure out, like, what number Chatathon are we on, and what kind of train am I gonna put up there, what other kind of dumb stuff am I gonna put on there, and then, you know, so it might not be right away, but sometime today for sure. Get some vault keys, baby.